This is the My Writing Diary. I'm Bill Wong. Last time I talked about artificial intelligence and my writing process. Today I'm going to be talking about the dark side of AI, artificial intelligence. I have three nefarious examples. I've always wanted to say that word on a podcast. How artificial intelligence is used in a nefarious way. The first one is with Taylor Swift, the second with Joe Biden, and the third with George Carlin. A couple weeks ago, Taylor Swift's image was generated by artificial intelligence and spread rapidly across social media. It was very disturbing. I did not look at it, but it ignited calls for lawmakers to protect women and crack down on the platforms and the technology that spread the images. On the platform X, formerly known as Twitter, the image was viewed more than 47 million times before the account was suspended. And the image was shared on other social media platforms and continued to spread despite the efforts of the companies to remove them. The second example is a deepfake using the voice of Joe Biden. A deepfake robocall was impersonating President Biden was released before the New Hampshire primary, and no one knew who was behind it. Over the weekend, voters in New Hampshire and New England received a call from a voice that sounded very much like President Biden, touting that the election was malarkey and it discouraging them from voting in the primary. The third example is with George Carlin. George Carlin passed away in 2008, but the estate of George Carlin is suing a media company behind an hour-long fake comedy special the creators created using artificial intelligence by recreating the late stand-up comics style and material. The lawsuit filed in federal court in Los Angeles asked the judge to order the podcast to immediately take down. The audio special was called George Carlin, I'm Glad I'm Dead, and it synthesized George Carlin delivering commentary on current events. And George Carlin passed away in 2008. Here's some of the ways that artificial intelligence can be used in malicious, nefarious manners. 1. Deepfake technology. Artificial intelligence can be used to create fake videos and images that look realistic, but are entirely fabricated. And this can be used to exploit or create misinformation, character assassinations, or to manipulate public opinion. Number 2, cybersecurity threats. Artificial intelligence can be used by cyber criminals to enhance the efficacy of cyber attacks. That includes creating sophisticated malware, conducting advanced phishing attacks, and developing adaptive strategies to evade detection. Number 3, automated social engineering attacks. Artificial intelligence can analyze vast amounts of data to generate highly targeted and convincing phishing messages and other forms of social engineering attacks, making it more challenging to individuals to discern between genuine and malicious communications. Number 4, automated propaganda and disinformation. This is an example of what happened with Joe Biden. The artificial intelligence algorithms can be employed to create and disseminate false information at scale, influencing public opinion and spreading propaganda and destabilizing political processes. I'm going to talk a little bit about deepfake technology because that's really what happened in these three examples. There's 4 examples I wanted to talk about. So the first one is data collection. Basically, the deepfake algorithm requires a substantial amount of data, typically in the form of the image or the video or in the voice, to target the person. Then the data is used to train the AI model, which understands the facial expressions, gestures, and other unique attributes of the individual. Another part is training the model. The deepfake model learns and analyzes the collected data to learn about the facial expressions, the deep patterns, and other characteristics of the targeted person. The more diverse and extensive the database, the more accurate the deepfake can be. Number 2, training the model. The deepfake learning model analyzes the collected data to learn about facial expressions, the speech patterns, and other characteristics of the targeted person. The more diverse and extensive the database, the more accurate the deepfake can be. Number 3, face swapping, which happened with the Taylor Swift example. The trained model can be used to superimpose onto another person's body in a video or an image. The process is known as face swapping. The result is a seemingly authentic video where the target person appears to be doing something or saying something that they never did. Next, voice synthesis. It's called audio deepfakes. In addition to the visual deepfakes, there's also audio deepfakes that uses the AI to replicate the voice of the targeted person. This involves the model with the data set of the person's voice recordings and then synthesizing a new audio content. The technology is only as good and bad as the users. It is really up to us to use the technology in the best way and not in nefarious way. See you on the pages.